Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill across the globe, I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Mazi Uche Okafor is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television, the one and the only man that commands the loyalty of Biafran people across the globe. He is from Afari Ibeku. Afari Ibeku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. And by the special grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, as always, we acknowledge the creator, Chukwukika Abiyama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For he is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, our guide in matter both great and small. He remains the primordial influence that drives us. And in my humble way, I will say to him this evening, as always, Anye na jage mau, nihi na emara mai, ihonanya ene nage, ubioma ge, ujuru anyanya dadio, imakwani ngwe gembangwe o, odigonye dekage, ibu wafa no mega. And of course, you are welcome to this evening. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. And our topic on this series is Igbo bu Igbo. Igbo bu Igbo. I could wish every one of us will understand the implication behind those words. And so when I say Igbo bu Igbo, you change it to your own, the name of your village. And maybe you say Ijo bu Ijo, convert it to your own language. Abo bu Abo. The Biafrans that are Biafrans. But I love the sound of those words. When I hear genuine Biafrans, Igbo extraction use those words. It conveys a very deep meaning. And your ability to understand the message or the vibration they are sending out to all of us, that is the only thing that will ensure our survival. I'm not talking about Igbo bu Igbo, Mba. I simply said, Igbo bu Igbo, Adiamama. And we have been looking at certain areas to make you understand. Not all that glitters are good. Not everybody shouting Biafra, Biafra, IPOB, IPOB. Not all of them are with us. But it's not going to be a new thing to any of us. Because in the end, you can't stop Satan. It's useless. Go to church and pray, let's stop Satan. You can't. God knows why. There cannot be good except there was first of all evil. You would not appreciate the light without darkness. But it's expended of every one of us to understand how to live in between both of them. For positive will be useless without negative. And in the end, everything will work for our good. But when you know the truth in every situation and circumstance, you will be willing to pay the price in every way necessary or imaginable. Because at the end of the day, you know the truth that it worth it. Or rather, you know the truth that it doesn't worth it. And so men and women are able to stand up against all odds, face challenges in order to achieve a dream. A dream most of them may not benefit from, but yet they know It's worth it. It is the knowledge of self that made our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to step out in a dark hour like this, trying to show light to most people who do not appreciate or understand the importance of light. But it worth it. And so, he chose not to give sleep to his eyes, rest to his body, until you appreciate the light. And I'm very grateful to the Creator that everyone is embracing the light already, because Biafra is the land of the rising sun. Our brother just signed out some minutes ago, and he was talking about, he was lamenting bitterly about the influence of jihadi soldier in Biafra land. But I say, let not your heart be troubled. There are certain things we don't even see on Radio Biafra. Let not your heart be troubled. We don't build army on radio here. For any born Biafran that is not a soldier already, may the Lord be with you. Any Biafran does not carry the scars of the warriors and the heart of a soldier, may the Lord be with you. Every one of us should be ready for all things. If they like, let the number of the invaders in our land outnumber the sand by the seashore. The only thing we have asked you to do on Radio Biafra is look for IPOB family closer to you and join in order to control collateral damage. They will kill us. They will kill us. But we will kill them. And in the end, Biafra will come. We understand what they did to the generation of 1967 and 1970. They can't do that to us today. It doesn't matter. Let heaven and hell be loosed against us. It will not happen in their terms. Every one of us should begin to read the handwriting on the wall. Every one of us should begin to monitor them. Because they may be weeping throughout the night, but joy will come in the morning. And when we are making effort, all of us are making plans to make sure these people are chased out of our land. To make sure this Nigeria is destroyed. Because that is why we are here. But some people are doing the other way around. Very soon now they will bamboozle most of you. You now be shouting PDP, APC. Are you sure you know why we are here? Are you sure you are ready? There are things I see. I understand why our leaders say that the restoration of Biafra is the last miracle. It looks impossible. It looks unachievable. But I tell you, we don't boast. We tell you the truth the way it is. Biafra must be restored. Biafra must be restored. Because I must remind you that our leader has actually initiated a process that nobody can stop, not even him. Not to talk of idiot. God knows where they are coming from. And our brother said, oh, they are all trained jihadis. Who the heck is jihadis? I want you as a Biafran to look at yourself and look at all those Fulani idiots carrying gun and molesting our people everywhere. And tell me that one Nigerian army without AK-47 can beat you. And then I begin to reconsider whether you are a Biafran or not. Because the last time I checked, tie 10 Nigerian Fulani army and bring them to me. And tie one of my hand, giving me only one hand. They will not survive the next 1 hour. And so the difference between us now is AK-47. But when the time shall come, we will know. We will know who have monopoly over that gun. We have been praying for more barrack in Biafra land. We have been praying for more jihadists in Biafra land. But of course, we know men and women will fall. But those who understand time are ready. You just have to be looking at them as if you don't know what is going on. Let them be planning. Here. And so here. Any Biafran at this moment who think we are entertaining them and telling their story, may the Lord be with you. That is all I have to say. Our fathers understand this truth and they use those words. When they want to alter certain languages, they say, Igbo bu Igbo, Igbo bu Igbo, Igbo bu Igbo. Because not everybody who say they are Biafran are Biafran. Look for IPOB family and join. Make sure you are committed in what you are doing there. Stop looking for who to run down, but begin to think about what you will do for Biafra to be restored. This is all is requested of you, but leave the rest then. I told somebody I had a discussion with today. I said, I'm talking to you because I know you are a hardcore. And if you are not, I can't even take what you are saying as anything. You just talk and then we move ahead. Only Biafran talk to Biafran. And only Biafrans understand when Biafran speaks. That is why at a signal, our leader made the call. And those who walk in the spirit of Chukwu Kikabiama, all of them answered the call. Nihina Unwendi bu Igbo. And so if you don't understand the call, we can't help you. May the Lord be with you. Having said that, on this series tonight, which eventually will be the end of this series of Igbo bu Igbo, Jesus said in the end time, I will speak to them in a language they will not understand, for they will have ear, they will not hear. And I hope you will understand, because we are speaking in a language you can understand. But Fulani will never understand. Let them record and dissect and interpret everything we'll say on Radio Biafra. They will never understand. But we shall continue. The area we are going to look at tonight is one, lineage and some complicated issue. Many countries in the world, their tradition is not the same with us. We're talking about our culture and tradition. Some believe that the ancestors was evil. My ancestors was not evil. They were the best of humans that have walked on this earth, because love guided them in everything they do. Love for humanity was what guided them. And I asked my father one day and say, we are but more mortal. The maximum you live 200 years, you are dead. But I'm yet to see any man who lived up to 200 years anyway. But I say Satan is immortal. He's been here even before the creation of the Garden of Eden. And he's still here till today. But yet he envies us. Why does he envy human? He has power to immortality. He could perform miracles and do so much more than man cannot do. But yet Satan envies you. And I said to my father, why? He said, because of love. Because of love. The knowledge, the wisdom, the meaning of love, the knowledge behind love eludes Satan. He will never feel love. He will never share from love. He knows nothing about love. Though we are mortal, our ancestors has the ability to love. And no wonder the Bible says, for God so loved the world. Because the beginning of every journey or victory or success story in life must begin with love and end with love. For no greater love than this, that a man should lay down his life. It is the love of Biafra that pushed Mazen and the Kano. Not even the torture or the AK-47 of Fulani headsmen. And this love must guide us. The love of our ancestors. The love of our nation, Biafra. The love of IPOB. The love of Chukwu Kikabiama. I tell you tonight, it is the beginning of wisdom. Our ancestors knew how to know who is who. They know who is who. Today we don't know any longer, because Ohaneze Ndigbo Nayangodu, another idiot who said they are our elite and who said they are our traditional rulers, Amayana of up and down, all the 419 governors and senators of Biafra land. They think it's about sharing the dollar, sharing the naira. And so today we don't know who is who. Most politicians or office holder in River State and Enugu State are Hausa people. Majority of them. We will publish their name very well. In fact, all the Hausa blood occupying every offices in Biafra land, we are taking your record there. One by one, we are sampling all your evidence and we shall expose all of you. But of course, governors will kill us and tell us that Miatiala is part of the governors of our land. Which one is more dangerous? The idiot gallivanting into Biafra land to come and take over the land, or the idiots that are in the government house and telling you that these idiots who are gallivanting everywhere in Biafra land are part of Biafra and part of the Biafran government? Let not your heart be troubled. Now we talk about Abraham. Let us go there. The Bible says God called Abraham and said he loved Abraham. And he wanted to walk with Abraham. The first thing he said is, he made a covenant with Abraham. And said, this covenant will pass on from your children, generation after generation, to the end of time. He said, the content of this covenant will be sealed with circumcision. And this Abraham obliged to, and made it mandatory, that for time eternity, every descendant from the lions of Abraham must be circumcised. But something happened. Abraham gave birth to Isaac. But Isaac was not the first son, because he had had Ishmael before Isaac. But Abraham told Hagar, the mother of Ishmael, and say, Ishmael is not my first son, that Isaac is my first son. We are talking about lineage, first of all. We all know that Abraham's first son is Ishmael. But according to divine authority, Hagar was not married. At the end of the day, when Ishmael will be around 12 years, Isaac was born. And so they choose Isaac to be first son over the elder brother. That is culture and tradition. Yes, Ishmael may not accept it purely, but he had no choice. Because God has said that through the lineage of Isaac, the generation of Abraham will be counted according to the covenant. Abraham did settle Ishmael, but the covenant runs in the lions of Isaac. And then Isaac have to continue. Isaac gave birth to Jacob. Jacob had two twins. The elder one was rejected, but the younger one was also chosen. And so the covenant fell to the younger one. And then Jacob was chosen, Esau was rejected. But they are all from the lions of Abraham. And the covenant started counting. And Jacob had 12 sons. But yet God chose Joseph out of the 12 sons. Though he was the last born, but God chose him. And the Bible said that in the time of Jacob, when the great famine came, they were instructed by the Almighty Creator to move into Egypt, according to the Bible. And there in Egypt, 72 souls from the descendant or the family of Abraham moved into Egypt. And so there were 4 persons there already. When I mean 4 persons, Joseph married an Egyptian woman and had 2 sons already. That is 4. Including 72. That is 76 Israelites went to Egypt. But if you are a Bible student, go and check the number that are through the children of Abraham from the 72 that moved into Egypt. You will see that the real Abraham blood among the 72 that entered that entered Egypt, are about 12 of them. Did I say 12? About 22 of them. So out of 72, 60 of them were slaves of Abraham. But Abraham loved his slaves, his housemaid, to the extent that the wealth of Abraham was managed by the housemaid. Have you forgotten about Eliezer among others? And in Egypt, they intermarried because they were given the land of Goshen. They never discriminated among who is a slave and who is not a slave. But they took record of everything going on, but they lived as one. The Bible says before they left Egypt, the family has grown so much. They couldn't number them any longer, for they outnumbered the sand by the seashore. This was an issue, because at that time they don't know who is Abraham's children again or who is not Abraham's children. This is 430 years on. Only 100 years, they have almost started bastardizing our blood lineage. It would have been impossible for the children of Israel to know who were the really children of Abraham, the real people who came from the lions of Abraham. But it was not an issue to them, but they know the truth. And so when they want to live under the leadership of Moses, Moses asked all of them to stand by their tribes, and they marched through the water. And when they got to the wilderness, there was an issue. Who is the leader? Who is who? Onyibe onye. Because do not forget that most of the slaves were from Egypt, amongst other countries that exist in those days. There was no Jewish nation, because Jewish nation was actually in the making. So the Jewish nation you know today are not just the children of Abraham, but even the children of slaves are part of Israel today, because God never chased them away. But you must know the truth. And when they were in the wilderness, the first instruction God gave to Moses is, you must build a tabernacle, set up a tabernacle in the wilderness. And when the tabernacle was made, a temporary place, temple for the people of God, God said, divide it into two, the inner court and the outer court. And God gave instruction. If you know you are a true breed of Abraham, go into the inner court and worship. But if you know you are not a true son of Abraham, worship on the outer court. And anybody who dare violate those instructions were slaughtered or slain by God himself. And from there on, it becomes a tradition. To the time Jesus went to the temple in Jerusalem for census. And that is why the Bible will give you genealogy of who they are. And so when you argue too much, they bring you before the tabernacle. If you are not a pure breed of Abraham, from a child from the lions of Abraham, if you dare cross into the inner court, you will be slain. And so there were no need for them to worry. So when the Israelites of Israelites want to make internal plan, they go into the inner court and discuss. But when Israel as a collective global nation, they stay in the outer court. Am I communicating to somebody? The same way when Uriarode and Aliro entered here, this Biafra land, when God gave it to them, they came with their housemaid. They came with their cousin, and their children was among them. They met certain people here who joined them. All of them intermarried. Some of them were slaves and handmaid. Some of them were in charge of the wealth of these men, because most of them died when their children were still very young. And many issues lingered, which I don't want to dabble into this evening. But we continue growing that way. That is how Biafra expanded. But in the midst, there are those children of slave among us, whose father has sowed a seed of bitterness into them continually. They are the ones that know most of the secret of our land, more than even the true children. But are we here to divide or not to divide ourselves? No, we are who we are. Some never loved us, but because they needed us at that moment, they joined our people. And that is why DNA test is very important. That is why Rochuku is very important. We have different kind of Jewish today. Orthodox Jews, Orthodox Jews, Orthodox Jews. We have so many of them. And so when they speak, they know who is talking. And when they say move, they know who is moving. And I haven't said that here in Biafra land. The Israel you know today can't even their lineage from their mother. But we don't do that. We do not do that in our culture. We count our lineage by our father. And now the complication behind this lineage, blood lineage, is number one. Some, according to most of our tradition, some men ask their daughter not to be married out. Maybe because they don't have a male child. Some families, some father adopt their own daughter again and say, my daughter, you will not marry. Please go and get a child for this family. Most of them go to the neighboring community and get pregnant and bring the child back home. And that child bears the father's name. Some of them even slept with Hausa, Fulani, and Yoruba. And their father accepted them according to culture and tradition. But they were never placed under oath. Today they are among us, destroying us. River State people should understand what I'm saying. Among other tribes of Biafra land that still adhere to that practices. I want you to look at those products. You will discover that 90% of them are the ones causing problem in your community or in your family. Because the right thing is not done. I can tell you that many people in Biafra land don't have a son because they couldn't have son. If I mention many of big men you hear, they don't have a son. I'm not mocking them, but they have to adopt a son, which is good, and I tell you, God love it. But those children are not your children. Maybe Hausa Fulani rape one of our women, pregnant them, maybe from all these baby factory. Of course, that is what is coming from. And then they give birth to these children, they dump them. Good men and women will take them in. Remember, DNA speak, blood speak. And you go there and you adopt them, which is beautiful. And may God bless you for that. For showing love to the child that is not your child, may God bless you for it. But don't cover this truth. They are your children, adopted by law, not by blood. Because they are going to ravage the family, the children of your father. So do not let the love of your mother make you to destroy your father. Because in the end, we count our lineage by our father. And so there are many people among us who came through this process. Because of the blood of who pregnated their mother, it run counter to what we stand for. They will fight us to the end. And that is why when you are talking as a Biafran, you see another Biafran talking to you, don't worry, be patient with them. DNA test is coming. But the point is, if you understand these people, you will know where you will enter to drink water. As a child, I have to trek about 2 kilometers to my secondary school. The distance between my home and the school, secondary school I attended, is about 2 kilometers. We have to trek. And so, in trekking a 2 kilometer distance in a very hot sun, we have to branch almost up to 2 or 3 houses to beg for drinking water. That time there was no pure water. What we used to have then was ice water. They tie it in cellophane bag. And that is if you have 10 kobo to buy it. So what we do is, when we trek to a certain distance, we will branch in the next compound and say, please, we want to drink water. They go into their house and give us water. We don't know them, they don't know us. And then we start trekking again. But today, can you do that? Can you still do that? Because a lot of has been destroyed. Lineage. Lineage. Igbo bu Igbo. Igbo bu Igbo. It is easy for somebody. In fact, compare what happened in the days of Solomon. The woman who has the dead child was willing to kill the whole 2 child because she knows she has nothing to lose. But the real owner of the child was willing to let the child live instead of dying, because he knew, even though they are separated temporarily, blood will speak in the end. A genuine Biafra will prefer to destroy his companies and industry, sacrifice his life, as you can see our leader doing, just to make sure Biafra is restored. But idiot, miss blood in our midst, will tell you that Biafra is not worth dying for. If you understand Igbo, all these people frustrating Biafra restoration project, claiming to be Biafra, please begin to run their DNA. We need to know who these people are. Akwa Ibom, go and look at what Akpabio did. Go and find out who is Akpabio's father. Go and find out who that man is. Go and find out who is Chibuike's father. Find out who they are. All these people running on your face against us. Go and check their history. It is either more of Yoruba or Fulani. But some of you are going to say, no, you don't say that, but it concerns me. May God not let people like that come close to your family. Maybe you will understand what I'm saying. And now, having said about Ishmael, the issue of Ishmael and Isaac, some began to have problem. Now, there is a family in my place. The man has had so many children with a woman, the wife he didn't marry. And then, along the line, the man decided to go and marry a second wife. And the second wife gave birth to a son. And when they took that child for naming ceremony in the village, the family said that that second child is the first son. But this man has had so many children. In fact, the first son of this man is almost 30 years older than the first son of the second wife. But according to the tradition of our people, they said that that child that was born that day is the first son, not the 30 years old boy. And I was like, why would it be that? And they told me that the man did not marry the woman. The man did not marry the woman. But the second wife was married. And so, according to tradition, she is the legally married wife. And that child is the first son. We call it Ishube. Ishube. That is what we call those kind of a child. And now, in a situation where you have these two kind of child, do you think that that first son will take it lightly? So when you see the evil of Islam ravaging everywhere, understand God said their sword will be against every man, and every man's sword will be against them. These are the product of Ishmael. They feel it's their right, and they must get it back. And many of them are among us. They feel Nigeria must remain, because Nigeria will be what will destroy us completely if we don't stop Nigeria. But we are their doom and we are their destiny. But I wish you will understand. And so lineage has a role to play. Biafrans should know themselves. Know thyself, O ye Biafra. Know thyself, O ye Ijo. Know thyself, O ye Igala, Idoma, Akwa Ibom. Know thyself, O ye Ikwere, Andoni, Ogoni. Know thyself, O ye Igbo. Know thyself, O ye Eka. Know thyself, O ye Urobo Shekiri. Know thyself, O ye Idoma, Igala. Igbo bu Igbo. Because there are certain things some people do. You will know something is wrong. We look at the second aspect of it. How did we emerge as a nation? Everybody came together and we become Biafra. Today, if we want to begin to analyze the relationship between the Duma, the Gala, the Bibio, the Efik, the Enam, the Eka, it will amaze you. It will amaze you. Atafi Gala is in a position to review certain revelation because his father knew too well and too much. But of course, Nigeria will hunt them down. So many of them are alive today, they know the truth. They are afraid to speak it out. But we will solve this problem. Our leader has said Arochukwu will be rebuilded. And we will do DNA test. But not to chase anybody away. But to understand who you are. So that we shall know the kind of fruit you will bear. And when you bear the good fruit, you reap eternal life forever. where you bear the evil fruit, we send you to where your father come. Anyị bụ osisi ọma na-amụ mkpụrụ ọma n'ihi na ọ bụ Chineke onye na-agba anyị mmiri. This is exactly what they want to do today. They bring their diabolical means, their juju, their charm to seduce our women. Yoruba pastor asking you to hide under Jesus Christ. Hausa are using Brantashi and the rest of them to chase all of you. Touch and follow. How many women even know who pregnant them? And so when Peter pregnant you, you give it to Paul. And some are raped because of who they are. They just can't say it out. Raped by Fulani because that is what they do. Miati Yala and Boko Haram. How the ones they say Chibok girls, how many of them came back with baby? Who is their father? And if they have released them, they give it to another person. But though there is a test for all those things, but not on this segment. Maybe in our next program, we'll talk about it. They are deliberately trying to bastardize our blood lineage. This is one truth and one undeniable fact every one of us must embrace and begin to be sensitive. And somebody will say, how does it concern the freedom we are looking for? It concerns because all these idiots in our land, all these mercenaries in our land, somebody have to defend our land. And only a true son of Biafra land can defend Biafra land. If you think otherwise, and then you have to think again. Our people must understand that God is our shepherd, He's our help and our stay. And of course, at this moment, our lines will be open and you are free to call in and let me know. Some of these menace, as a result of negligence of this tradition and culture, today now, Hausa now do circumcision. Most of you don't know there is a Fulani man that is a reverend father in Port Harcourt. Today now, they do circumcision. In fact, did you not see Fulani or Yoruba inside mosques now doing Father Christmas? Don't let them bastardize our blood lineage, because this is all that is left of us as a people. And that is one more reason why we'll fight for Biafra more than any other thing. I'll be back in a minute.
Chukwunemema Chionye Jemonu Igwe only you are God. Igwe only you are God. Chukwunemema Chionye Jemonu Igwe only you are God. Igwe only you are God. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign in all the earth. Yes, you reign, God. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign in all the earth. Yes, you reign, God. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign. Yes, you reign.
Yes, of course, God is our strength and there is no two ways about it. Understand, to get Biafra, a lot is at stake and we must recover all. Of course, at this moment, our lines are open. You are a Biafran, you are yet to join IPOB, please look for the nearest IPOB. Send us your name, your phone number, and location to our WhatsApp line. Our coordinators are standing by to attend to you. Our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp number, and our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971, and the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614 is the female number. Yes, caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Good morning from here, or rather, beg your pardon, good evening from here. Onyibe.
Biafra is here already. No problem. Anywhere you are on this world, just take your mind and your eyes, just take it to our leader. I am telling you today, where I can see people. All the work is supposed to go. Watching up. Open water. I will let you go. Man, that I left one way to finish you. No, go away home. If I told you when they were, you know, you know, your man, I told you to do none. Now, say, anybody who says that Biafra will not talk, that person will never live to see. That June 2020, that our leader in his mind concluded that he doesn't want bloodshed. Before to put together, I don't know how to describe it. Every human being on this planet Earth, their life is useless, even strong. Before to put together, and my leader is not the kind of the savior of strong. This is Britain. Britain, when you are hearing about that kingdom of darkness, which is often more, I'm telling you, before you go to Kadiam and to call, if this thing I'm telling you people is not true, may I not see tomorrow morning. Yeah, whatever is not that, but I called and you see. To go to say that I should face it. I don't know who I am. My leader, please, let that be any effort to start from me. Because I don't know. People to Kadiam and told me that he has come down on this planet Earth as my destiny helper. And it is you. That is why I'm telling you. Every day, look at it. Then of the car, I sing this song for me. Because he cannot see people to Kadiam. Who are you? No, everybody is talking. Everybody should listen because their life is in danger. Let me stop. Let me go straight to the point. I don't have much credit. I don't care. Whether I eat or not, I don't care. All my problem is Britain. If Britain leave Nigeria today for Biafra to go, trust will be free. If you do not declare Biafra from now to the 22nd of January, just take it. It is not a threat, it is a promise. challenging every God on this planet Earth. From the book of Jeremiah, that chapter 10, I bring their sense, all these religious leaders, and to come shut up. And no matter who you look at you, Biafra is a religion, you can't stop it. All these persons are society. The head are history. Biafra is a religion. You can't talk on it. All your men are like, all time, everything all over the top. If you know the clear is anything that happens to you.
Thank you very much. We must continue.
And the people together bless you.
Thank you very much. You see, our people must understand, in a time like this, only the pure breed Biafran can defend Biafra land. When our leaders say 100 men, you don't understand the meaning. Only pure breed Biafran can defend Biafra land. Go and find out who the Samaran warriors are. Go and find out who the Musketeers are. Go and find out who the Petros who fought for Americans are. They knew them. They were tested. They were tried. They were meant for that purpose. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi Onyibe. Can you hear me?
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Good evening, Mazi Onyibe. Good evening, Biafrans. My name is Okwagu, and I'm calling you from the bottom of the top of the world, Scandinavia. Mazi Onyibe, how are you?
Of course, God is faithful and very fine, as you can see.
That's wonderful. It's always a blessing to be in your presence. You know, to be able to feel your vibration. It's always a blessing, and it's rejuvenating. You know, it's energizing. You know, I just wanted to correct you for putting down our people who don't have physical weapons. You know, that you said you're sorry for them. You know.
No, I said may the Lord be with them. May the Lord be with them. I don't want to say something they may not like, because if God is protecting you, you have to protect yourself. But some people have so much big faith that they don't care. And then if they cannot help themselves, if they fail to understand that God will not do for man what man should do for themselves, and then we can't help them. Yeah. If they know that no road in China was tied by prayer, no airport in America was built by fasting and praying, no industry was set up in Dubai or any market in somewhere in Malaysia by praying, but men work it out as they said God gave them inspiration. And so anybody who is believing we are going to do ololo and Arabaskete alone and get Biafra, may the Lord be with them. Yeah, that is what I said, brother. Go ahead, please.
The same as Onyibe. Like I always say, it's always a blessing. You know, I mean, we out of love, you know, we must weaponize them. We must give them weapons, and most of them they even have those weapons. You know, the psychic weapons. You know, my sister would say discerning. You know, spirit. You know, those are all weapons. You know, so I'm talking to Biafrans. Weaponize yourself. Look deep inside. Love, like Mazi Onyibe said, love is the ultimate weapon. You know, because in the good book too, I mean, when they asked him, you know, I mean, what is? I don't read the book that well, but from what I remember, you know, they asked him, you know, what do we need to do? He said, you must love yourself. You know, yeah, love your neighbor. You know, love. You know, so that's the biggest weapon, and we must remember that, you know, it is principalities. We fight not against flesh and blood. You know, we must always think about, you know, the other part of the whole thing. You know, which means there are three: the physical, which is governed by AK for, you know, earth, wind, water, fire. You know, then you have the mental, which is your okike, your chi okike. That's where you create. Then you talk about the spiritual, which is the other side, you know, where chi oku, you know, resides. You know, so weaponize yourself. You know the realms. know what it is that, you require to see what is inside of you. Onyibe, I don't know if you are familiar with Odogu Nimrod. He's my mentor, Odogu Nimrod, on Facebook, and he's very, very wonderful when it comes to most of the things you talk about. Igbo bu Igbo, Ukwani bu Ukwani, Ijo bu Ijo. We are who we are, but before we can say who we are is, we need to go deep inside and love what is inside. That's what the Spirit has led me to say. And the Spirit led me to ask you, how are you, Onyibe? And I know you're doing wonderful.
God is faithful. God is faithful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we must continue from there. Our people must understand. I started by making you to understand the power of love. You cannot be a genuine member of IPOB if you don't love Biafra. If you like, pay all the whole money. If you like, come from Afari Beku. You cannot be a genuine member of IPOB. You cannot be committed to the things of IPOB except you first love Biafra. And you cannot be proud of your parents except you have first of all loved them. It's not easy having a good parents, because only good parents discipline their children. But the discipline go before love. If I remember the cane my father gives to me, some of them, the pain is still in my memory. I would even doubt if he's my father. But believe me, everything he has placed me through, I know today it is love, because he finally told me that your failure as a son is my fault as a father. Love. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Chris. Hello?
Go ahead, please, or I will cut you off.
It's Chris from Biafra State.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, God bless you, sir. Am I speaking with Biafra Radio? Hello?
Yes, you are Radio Biafra, and the whole world is listening to you.
Okay, my brother, God bless you. This is my first time calling and trying you. For decades of time, I couldn't get you, but let me just talk with you today. God bless you. I want to talk with you because we are ready. We are really want to talk with you. We are sending our WhatsApp line, sending our names, sending things we cannot get across. But just unfortunately today we have been talking things about to join the people to this which we cannot get across. We have been worrying, touching everywhere around we cannot get. Since we have been shouting, we don't have president, we don't have president. The whole world is silent. Why is it that the whole world is silent? People know that we don't have president. The whole world is silent. They knew that is making protest. They don't want to believe. They don't want to hear. From 2017, I told them that no president, we have a new president, that nobody wants to believe. But now, Nnamdi Kanu was singing this song. Everybody was silent. Why is it that the world is silent? Are they not seeing what is happening in this land? Now check around, we call Biafra land everywhere. These men are surrounded everywhere. We are nowhere to move. Not even the life they are giving to us is poison. The cow that is coming is poison. The so-called lamb is poison. So-called cannot oil is poison. Now, it now lock all the borders. They said it's doing us good. Why their own is open? These people are doing us evil. And you are silent. Nobody's talking. We want all to talk. We want everybody to talk. So-called our government, everybody is silent. The media houses are silent because they want these people to kill everybody. I want you all to join us. Let your world rise up. Everybody rise up. These people want to finish up. They are the fishermen in the riverine areas. They are now coming to house, phone to phone, checking points everywhere. Complete for we to hide out. If you come to even now Bayelsa State, you will see that everywhere they are. In the rivers, they are put out gun posts everywhere. No place that we have found. Nothing. The whole world is still silent. We want to consume because of us. You know, look, in Aurora, in Abuja, everything oil and gas, everything oil and gas. Nothing about again in Nigeria, everything oil and gas. These people want to see the whole world is silent. Because Britain is doing their work, the whole world is silent. Nigeria, Fulani, and all the X-Men, they are doing their work, the whole world is silent. Why is that the whole world is silent? They are just everywhere. So what we are doing is the right thing. We want IPOB by 22. And we want IPOB to take over here too. Because the whole world is silent, but everybody was not silent and die. I want really someone wants to talk to you, sir. We are recommending person, but we don't know how to get across. So
send a message to the WhatsApp line, our WhatsApp line,
okay.
And I will respond.
Because we really want to get across. The other day I was calling some coordinators. Why is it that this side of the television are telling us we are not getting clear? We are not getting the flow clear. But please, let's do something about it. Anyhow they want to do something, let us put head together so that we'll do something about this fight. Oh yeah, we are not for Nigeria. Nigeria is not our name. Even though they are taking all our government, they are silent because they are looting everywhere. They are silent. They don't want to talk. These people Fulani people are overtaking everywhere. All Niger Delta, they are calling Niger Delta. What's Niger Delta? Niger River. Everywhere. Fill up. Fulani people. My friend, good work. I'm going to speak. And thank God you people are there. Exposing all of them. The brain is there. So all our politicians, they are running toward Abuja. It's about to be Jubrin and they are imposed about everybody. They should be there. Let them rise up and begin to sing this music and follow you people so that you follow the music. Nobody is doing anything. Here we are under bondage. Everywhere Fulani. Go and see the rice in the market. But contaminated. All the rice are contaminated. But our people have no choice. They are buying it. There is border closure. But yet, all their property is coming down to this way. We are in bondage. We want to do something, please. At Air Force, as well. You people are still will join.
Thank you very much. Of course, reach out to me through the WhatsApp line, and I will follow you up from there. Everything we have been seeing on Radio Biafra, everything we continue to see can be summed up in just few words. If you forget it, remember Obidi Obienu. Biafrans across the globe, whether Biafrans in Kogi State, Biafrans in Benue State, Biafrans in Edo State, Biafrans that are Enugu State, Abia State, Bayelsa State, Cross River State, Delta State, Imo State, Abia State, Anambra State, everywhere Biafrans are. Just get ready. These people will not even take one inch of our land. Well, I won't say anything anyway. The secret of the night is best known to the hour. Call on WhatsApp. Are you still there, please?
Yeah, I'm there. Good evening, George Onyibe.
Good evening, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Abubuwa from London. George Onyibe, can I thank you for your hard work and thank Radio Biafra London for your efforts?
We thank the Almighty Creator because He is the one who actually empowers us. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you. The name you give it now is very, very good. Almighty Creator, because I don't call Jesus anymore. I don't call God. Because I start listening to God and Jesus as somebody who is in UK here, I realize too many names here. So concussion, it's too many concussions.
Of course, you are right.
So George Onyibe, please,
Go ahead, please.
Please, for our own people that in Nyoma and Chico, this is what I am more I am more concerned because I think you're gonna do a good job to us. Please help gather one person, yeah. Look for somebody that's reliable to gather all our names, all that are in diaspora. You understand? All Anyoma people in diaspora. Please tell them if they are preaching Nigeria, they shouldn't come there. Please, we take Chukwu Kabiama, beg them. If they are talking Nigeria,
what?
they shouldn't come with our platform. We don't need them there. We are talking about Anyoman people that want Biafra. All Anyoma people that need Biafra.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All Anyoma people in diaspora that need Biafra, we want to have a platform. I don't know, I don't have no friend, I don't have anybody here. So George Onyibe, you know people who call you, somebody you can rely on. Let's go through him and build a platform, a unit. It doesn't matter whether you are in Germany, it doesn't matter whether you are in US, it doesn't matter whether you are in Canada. As far as you are from Anyoma, we are not many. I know we are not many, but let's
they are many
build a unit.
They are on ground already.
Okay, that's great. Good news to hear.
Just send me a message. I will send your WhatsApp link. I will send your WhatsApp link to you so you can join them there. Because all this media has to wake up. All of them have to wake up.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much.
We must continue.
Yeah, that's very, 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 very great. The people from Edo, Igbo people in Edo, please join us. Yeah. As far as you are in Europe, you are in diaspora, please join us. We're all the same. Fulani cannot come from nowhere and come to our land and start dividing us. You can see, as I was saying it 2 years, 3 years ago, there is no any country that want to live with Fulani people. You see how they are trooping to come to Nigeria. You see, because we Igbo people have become, Igbo politicians have become a cancer. They are the most stupid people I have ever seen in my life, that you allow Fulani people who have no space in any place they go to be deciding for you. I see Jonathan one day bowing down to Buhari's mother. Jonathan is bowing down to Buhari's mother. Jonathan is bowing down to Buhari. Somebody who have no space in your land. You see, Fulani is trooping to come to Nigeria. Can't you ask yourself a question? You Nigeria, you Yoruba, you Igbo people. If these guys are good people, would they leave their land to come to Nigeria? They are not good. Everybody chasing them out. The same way they have been chasing them 300 years ago. Saudi Arabia kicked them out. Yemen kicked them out. I think they went to another place, they kicked them out. They're still kicking them out to today. And you, Igbo man, you, Bayelsa, you, Niger Delta, idiot, Anoakia, you are allowing Fulani to rule over you. Shame on you. Tell your youth, equip your youth to kick them out as well. That's what you're gonna do.
Thank you very much.
Border closure. Can I say something last, please?
Go ahead.
This border closure. Biafrans, let me tell you, when things is difficult, when things is difficult, is then you strategize. It happened to British. When Hitler was bombing London, UK here, London that attracts the whole world now. When Hitler was bombing London, British people rely on katafe. You know what is called potato and coffee. Even China refused to give them coffee. China refused to give British people coffee. That is what they live with. I want you, now they close the border. Please go to farm. Invent something to kill every cow you see there. Invent it. Don't go and buy in the market. Invent in your head. Any cow you see, slaughter them. Don't mess it for them. Make your own farm and start making your food in your house. Eat food, because the food you manufacture now, you produce now, is what you will sell in the airport, so that when foreigners come to our land, they eat your own food. This is how time you plan it. that is your got to do now. Innocent should help the mechanism because he make cars. Help the mechanism to manufacture tractors to help farmers. Innocent, if you are listening, we are telling you now, Biafra will come, whether they like it or not. George Onyibe, thank you very much.
Very much. We must continue. Yes, a caller on the female line. Are you still there? Caller on the female line. Go ahead, please. Oh, we lost that caller, and sorry for that. Our people must understand, in a situation like this, all we have to do is to improvise. Getting ready for all things, for in the end, nobody will do this for us except to do it ourselves. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Hello, my brother, George Onyibe.
Good evening, sir, from here. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Good evening, my brother. My name is Chibuzo. I'm calling from Germany, and I want to bless Ekekeruwa for the privilege, for the strength, for the wisdom, for the knowledge he has given to you, for the strength alone. I thank Ekekeruwa for our supreme leader, the savior of our time. And I also thank Uche Mefo, and also thank every principal officer who is working with his clean heart, that Almighty God will bless each and every one of them, most especially those in our media platform, all of them, that Almighty God should bless each and every one of us. Even those who are working that nobody know them, nobody hear them, working in secret, may the Almighty Elohim bless them in secret. In the mighty name of Chukwu, I pray. He said, my brother George Onyibe, I don't have much to say. We are in a time of taking action now. It is the real time. Please, I want every Biafran, starting from Biafra land, to hear me. I know, bro, George Onyibe, you have spoken on this. Our leader, I want all, even the leadership of IPOB, to hear me and act within 24 hours on this issue. I'm not ordering you people, but this is my suggestion. It's suggestion from my internal body. I'm not saying it because I'm anybody, but I'm saying it because it will bring us, it will help us, it will secure us, it will protect us. Please, brother Onyibe, any man now, woman now in Biafra land holding any post, if they refuse to go to Arochukwu, that person should step down this night. If not, the anger of Elohim will destroy each and every one of them. It's better, we don't want to lose any Biafra. If you don't want to do any, what they say you should do, resign today. Everybody should go to Arochukwu before this march will start, because the invaders are in our backyard. Now, before we make anything, we must be in unity. We don't need to have history repeat itself. If in our time again. If you want to start starting from even PRO, ordinary local coordinator, please, brother George, my supreme leader, I know you are anywhere you are, people are listening to me. Everybody should go down. We that in diaspora here, we have taken oath, but any of us, before even Biafra come, as we come, every one of us will take oath. Please, my brother, the African rape, you have done it. If you people know that we are going to succeed, I know we are going to succeed because God has given us the victory already. But now, before our brothers start dying, because the Elohim will strike them, they will die. If you don't want to go, just resign. Those who want to go to Arochukwu will go, and we know how many we are. God give our supreme leader, he needs 100 people. I don't believe in millions or millions or millions. I've said I am one of them, because as I'm talking to you now, I'm ready to die now for Biafra. God Almighty, any day I think evil about Biafra, take away my life and destroy my entire generation. So now is the time. I want to know those who are ready, not talking big grammar and just talking. Because when I come to our unit, do you believe there are some people in the highest post who never take oath? And that is why we have all this rubbish we're having. So please, in Biafra land, because something is about to happen now. And we want to know the people who are with us. But you can save your life if you know you can't go there. Please give way for those who want to go there. And we can talk. When we talk, we know we talk. And then we move. Please, Brother Onyibe, I hope you have heard me, please. This is my suggestion from the inner heart. And I hope
go ahead.
Every Biafra, all over is hearing me, and this is what we are going to do. We should not wait 24 hours. Anybody who know in Biafra land they are holding any post and they don't want to go to Arochukwu, call Brother Jojo and resign before the fire of God will locate you and destroy you and your family. No power, no body power, no occult power will protect you, because we are under divine spiritual power that is beyond all power. Chukwu Okikabiama. And this night I'm going to pray. Almighty Elohim, Adonai, Jehovah Shammai, King of glory, Ancient of days, God of Funku, God of Eke, God of Ode, God of Afo, arise in Biafra land and destroy every enemy of Biafrans and destroy enemy within who want to sabotage us again. Any man who don't want to go to Arochukwu should resign this before 24 hours. And those who want to go will go. And we know how many we are. And anybody who attempt to revolt against this, Chukwu Okikabiama must strike them dead in the name of Jehovah Amashai, I pray. He said,
thank you very much.
My brother, I raise my case here. Please, all Biafran, you have heard me, and may Elohim bless each and every one of us. He said,
thank you very much. We must continue from there. Our people must understand the need for Biafra to be restored is something all of us must get involved. Let the love of Biafra drive us. Go ahead, please, call her on the line.
I'm great. This is my first time of calling from Orumba South Privilege. So I want to thank God for what God has been using people to do. Even our able leader is a faithful man, is a man of integrity. But it takes a man of integrity to read this and is a motive of our end time. I want to thank God for his life, both all the IPOB leaders. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. So, what I want to say is that there's something our brother was saying, and one I called after me and said that everybody must go to Arochukwu. So, most of people that are in IPOB, they are just coming, whether maybe what they are going to gain. Is it what? Let me put it in label. Only one there for stand there. Many people have this looking pride whether this was it. It's not what Biafra is all about. Biafra are standing for the help of everybody. Some people not bad because of you having the former leader because of you having with them as well. Only you with the kind of look here. Go ahead, you have to put that Biafra together. So most of people are not the mission of these Biafra. They never knew. I was telling them it's not all about because of Biafra. We have a choice to choose, but we being Christians. Because without Biafra, Christians is in advantage. That's what I was talking to them. Without Biafra, Christians in this Biafra land, they are into bondage. We are tired of this doing country, this country called issue. We really have a right. We have a right. No, so I am a governor. Most of people have a variety. Before you take any position, you will tangible something you hold you. Up. So because every hand and then because you people I made from here people are too of over Biafra today. And here I am as you, I told them no, Not the way they're different, they must be different. But that's what people are looking for. They're looking for to be different. The Biafra to be different. So let that be a must. If you're going to take any post or whatever, you must there must be something there must be a knife for your neck. So that you don't mess up like the way you people are messing up. Okay, look at what the governor said yesterday. I heard him. They said that the IGBO have been a terrorism because of them. Because of the unable, because of which is a ruler. Only man that against that, so one man I call a later. Each year, the man of man from this radio now. Only man that against that, so man I call a letter. Market Chile. Even when we use a higher attack for one by one. If you get the Brazil, the terrorism to Nigerians. So, you know, people, and now because of the game in the for the sake of your life and your family and the nation, doing Biafra. Some people that them. Some people now doing I work at the mission of Biafrans. You can make you who hear that is African as in a higher title. And yeah, even some most of those called coordinator cannot be based of that being a novel and RPAB. Most of coordinators, only by the here's the military. Almost nobody wants to be a leader, but must be an evidence. You must be the number one. Sometimes they can even tell somebody that an RPAB. After the resistance and make a hammer on you as a member, a leader, and talking to leader as of them. Well, our own leader, only by side, I have a more from the poor man was radio, the way so radio, the way to one of magic in the radio from the radio, I don't know radio by side. Almost the side. So, because
thank you very much. Your complaint is noted. Your complaint is noted, and those in charge of that department will look into it. Thank you very much. We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. George Onyibe, good evening from here.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka is from IGBO. IGBO is a car, then inside Anyoma, Biafra land. Right now, I'm calling from Germany. George Onyibe, thank you so much. I really thank you for your good work. I really thank you. It's not easy, George Onyibe, but by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, it's very easy because Chukwu Okike Abiama is our side. And I use this opportunity to thank our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Onwa Bulubulu. I thank him. I say that may God Chukwu Okike Abiama bless him. May God Chukwu Okike Abiama give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I say that anywhere in this world, any country that he step his foot concerning Biafra issue, everything will work out in the mighty name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. And thank our deputy leader Uchemofo and all the whole IPOB Post office all over the world. And George Onyibe, you too, may God Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you and bless your family. George Onyibe, I really enjoy your broadcast every day, especially this evening, and your topic every time, go back to our root. Mazi George Onyibe, really need to go back to our root. And I'm so happy that I'm learning a lot concerning about go back to our root, because many of us are not doing anything concerning that going back to our root, especially tradition and culture. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to say, I don't have much to say, George Onyibe, but what I want to say is I want to tell our people, especially Anyoma, Ndiabo, Master George Onyibe, could you believe that they are everywhere? When one of our sisters calling from London said that we are not much in Biafra in Europe. Master George Onyibe,
they don't know. There are truths they don't know. But I just leave it that way. If I did not speak Agbo to you, nobody will know you are Agbo man.
Exactly.
There is no day I come on air, more than half of the people calling are not from Agbo. But their name, you will not know the Agbo people.
Exactly.
If you didn't say you are Chukwu Emeka, nobody will know. If I didn't speak Agbo, nobody will know you are Agbo man. Go ahead, my brother.
Exactly.
Though there are many Agbo people that are still idiots, just like there are idiots everywhere. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Judge Onyibe, even in our meeting in Germany here, we are not up to 3 people in Agbo that is going to this meeting. But when you come here, Judge Onyibe, when they are doing meeting or they are doing party, any meeting at all, maybe they are doing dedication. Mazi Judge Onyibe, from there you will see that we have a lot of our people, especially Agbo here. But anything concerning Biafra meeting, they will tell you, when
some of them are waiting for the food to dawn so that they will come and eat.
Exactly. This is what me and one guy argued last time. He said that when Biafra come, that he too is a Biafra, that I would not tell him not to become Biafra. I say, I did not say that you are not a Biafra, you are a Biafra. But when Biafra come, anything you want to achieve through Biafra government, that they are going to pay you a record. He said, that one is not possible. That I said that even passport, you are going to have Biafra passport. When you go to embassy or any office, they will pay you a record to show that if you join the struggle. He said that that one is not.
But in the first place, that is why on this segment we are talking about let the love of Biafra drive you. In the first place, anybody who is even in IPOB because of what they will get is certainly not with IPOB. Not to talk of, nobody should even join IPOB because they want to be recognized. Of course, everybody will be recognized. But there is something things we need to do, because if we fail to defend our land, nobody will. Most of those people who are saying it now, I bet you they don't know the road to their father's street again. They don't.
Yes.
To Jakarta we share, to Jakarta we share. Bi usi wewa bi ulo no ehune ulo leri orogodo were go iratu ekpure ebia ibuhe moto ya kpo igwe ime moto ihu atu ekpure to cellular me we no go 1 week yeki azo
finish. That is it. There is one of my friend that is Hungary now. So he's from Aniami, in Agbo. So when I'm talking to the guy for Biafra, you know what the guy told me when he said that I'm not well, that I'm not okay. Because of I tell him that he's from Biafra, that is Biafra man, that he should join IPOB. He said that I'm not well. I said, okay, no problem. But
of course, maybe maybe who knows whether they are product of rape. That is why we emphasize on the need to go back to our culture. On the need.
Exactly. So, Judge Onyibe, this is the time that all of us need to wake up. This time is not the time that they will be telling us to wake up, because there is a danger already. That is our domot. But some of our people don't know. They are in Europe here, living large, living good, enjoying light, good load, everything, going to club, wearing low waist, plenty hair, many things. Forget that in our land.
But in the way Jishenye Pato Makasa, in the Nigerian way we Chinese in Kenya. When he have phone in Rooney, people like this, Yahunya Bohua Nelu or Lonyibu. When he have phone him, Yamane Lekonya no before Omeni me Kwankeme ku Biafrane. Majualo we majojo. And in you gonna go on the abole, bele where atu ekpore, where be alone where one indi on channel gualo lolly abo, where lako do yakwele lako, where was on Woko while you're running, where been a euro agua, where on a muchi, on a agua, when I'm Honswa, you second to the last born. Or the South Africa, or you buy one to Shelu. Agwala Majeda by IPOB family, or you buy one some man. We're running relay when ya. Well, the channel Umunan Mewa do a quick Umuna lady about where I asotono. Aman monyo kasina fa wuchukwe meka kana lonyo o wibo. Onye agbo wa sotono ene kwe ton ndi joku, kwe ton ndi akwa ibonku. Ndi orogodo bọọlụ nụrụle ndị ka unu reji onwe ọnụ egbu ala ihe manile n'ihe aka ihe onye ole manile n'ihe aka agbụ ahụ lewerekwu orogodo Lagos Asaba Road ya siso ihe omeni ọbayali enyi for over going to 300 years ndị mụ na-enye ele ndị nzuzu wele ndị eso wee nwuche ka nọ keselu wee mụenyi maka ni ka ndị agbọ na-eme ji ma ọvịa wee ndụkọba igbe na welechari emefile ka wee eme ọrụ ọnọkesi wakwa n'ugwu wee eme ka ndị wekwala n'ugwu
like Hausa Fulani people.
Ndị Hausa ka onwe ndị agbọ meni ndị Hausa ka wee mmanụ ka wee memegu were ka gwa mangane were akpali wee but wee si na onye nwe na-erishi dara arụ kotoba o menuwe mmanya ihe wabduwe n'ụzọ ha ndị mmanya ihe ndị Akwa Ibom hweteghị ndị alilechari hweteghị ndị omenuwe ewu ndị Igbo were ajụ onwe we maka ndị Yoruba le ndị Hausa ejigwa nchogi ludakụ satapụchari wee isi lechari but ndị kenyi wa ajụ onwe wa ajụjụ na ebe ọlọrịle were ali ụwa na ebe ọlewerele ife na-eme we nikwe orogodo nọkwa ebulikọ nika orogodo nọ derutani kihai ọwụ na-enye nwe oye lali enyi ọwụ na-enye nwe ihe omeni ndị ọzọ enwe ike meni enyi ba ihe onwedo onye agbụ omeni ọrịa akata ọrịa ali ndị oyibo omeni na afụfụ chụpụa afụfụ chụpụanụ ndị agbụ ole ri akata ri eje skul afụfụ ya chụpụ wenu mebi were gwala ụlọ eje we ojemali obodo wee hụ nwa agwa well nsogbu arịa
Onyibe, I was 18 years when I traveled, when I passed Libyan road and maintenance fee enter Europe. If not Afufo, what am I doing another man land or Europe at that kind of age?
18 years you are even old. There is no Agbo. In fact, 99.9% of Agbo people in diaspora moved in there because of suffering. And they are still there. The suffering is still in Agbo. Can't they reason? Can't they reason? I have to be sincere with you. My immediate younger brother went to India. Maybe he was at the age of 14 years. Do you know for 10 years he was in prison in India? We thought he was dead. He couldn't come home 18 years later. That was when he came home first of all. Which means the day he landed in the airport in India, that day he was jailed in India. For 10 years, he said he came into the family where they were having drug issue. From airport to prison, 10 years we lost communication with him. I'm talking of my immediate younger brother. In fact, my parents sold one of our buildings to send him out. So nobody went there because Nigeria was good. And they said, in fact, Agbo is worse than they left. And they are telling you, save yourself, save yourself. They are speaking English. I have not seen miserable people like our people. Pride is destroying our people, and may God deliver all of them. They call, they hide. I know them. Yeah. When our man call here and is hiding because they yap themselves. Yeah. Because God actually had mercy upon you. If not, Yoruba, they finish us. Some of them even think they are Yoruba people.
Exactly. This is what they're saying. When you talk, they will say that the Benin. I say, how you okay? Even one bank man that I met in Austria, even till now, we are still a friend. I'm trying to. Last time I'm trying.
Let me tell you something now. Do you know everywhere the Igbos are divided within Nigeria? Do you know that it's only Agbo people? For instance, Agbo people in Edo State, Ebake, Eboto, and the rest of them. Yeah. Do you know that our local government is controlled by Benin people? Yeah. Ibaki, the chairman or the councillor of Ibaki, is not Agbo man.
You see?
But we are very wise. Yes. Yes,
Judge.
Thank you very much.
What some of them are doing is I did not like it because everybody need to wake up, not to hear yourself. Look at our land. Our Fulani, they are all over our land, all over our village.
Our women don't go to farm again. And some idiots, they are telling that they are yapping. When a Nugu man is shouting, a Ebonyi man is shouting, Agbo man is claiming bulls. Don't worry, that thing will meet for all of you. Time will come, everybody will answer his father's name.
Yes, these people have already preparing, staying our land in the bush everywhere. So, Judge Onyibe, let me arrest my case here.
Thank you very much.
Reference our leader, thank our leader, Judge Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's not easy. May God bless him because he's holding the zoo, bad place, and the zoo have already fall. We are going back home. Mazen Judge Onyibe, Biafra is everything in my life. Biafra is what makes me happy. In this Europe, without Biafra, nothing. So I'm going back my land, Biafra. We are going back home. May God bless you for this opportunity you give me.
Thank you very much. Yes, hopefully this is where I will draw the curtain on this segment. I will be shining off temporarily, but believe me, I will be back in no time. Thank you, those of you who had the privilege to call in. I truly appreciate. Sincere apology to those of you who are still trying to get in. I can't call your line. You can call in the next segment. Having said that, Biafrans, you must understand that nobody will save us from this jihadist war. We are going to save ourselves. But the earlier you get prepared, the easier it will be for all of us. Because in the end, Biafra must be restored. There is no middle ground about that. Be good and be Biafra. Bye for now.
Yeah, the land of the rising sun. Freedom is so what we need. From every corner of the street, we're crying out, freedom. Are you my people? Stand up now. Unite together, we're crying out. My Biafra people, stand up now. Freedom is all we want. Freedom is all we need. Freedom we deserve. Victory is ours. Freedom is all we want. Freedom is all we need. Freedom we deserve. Victory is ours.
Listen, in this wood, everybody got freedom of expression and worship. A Christian mother head was cut off. Buhari's manager didn't talk. Mr. Buhari's above law. If it's obeyed God, nobody go talk. As Biafrans, we are standing for our freedom and self-determination. Nigerian government, they are shooting us, killing us, arresting us, pushing us one Nigeria. Biafra and Nigeria governors protecting their political careers. They are criminals, murderers. They can't stop us. Never.
Freedom we deserve. Freedom we deserve. Freedom we deserve. Victory is ours.
Them put division, confusion among us. What is South, Southeast? That is nonsense. We are busy fighting ourselves. They are busy taking what belongs to us. They are busy laughing at us. Why man go to the river? So go enter his eyes. Why? That Momo don't do. Their couple don't fool. Land of the rising sun. We are marching forward. Their flag don't come. Land of the rising sun.
Freedom is all we want. Freedom is all we need. Freedom we deserve. Victory is ours. Freedom is all we want. Freedom is all we need.